This defendant walked into court expecting a routine hearing, but within the next few moments, the judge would notice something that completely changed the direction of the case.
Morning, sir. Are you Herlin Romar
Yes, ma'am.
Jr.? And so Mr. Romar was previously in court. He's on probation for an ag assault with deadly weapon, placed on probation back January of 2017 for a 10-year deferred probation. And there was a motion to revoke his unadjudicated probation file. We were here before. He entered a plea of true to count 5. And there was no agreement. It's my understanding now you guys have reached an agreement and he intends to change his pleas on some of those other allegations.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so will he waive the formal reading of that motion again?
He does.
So, Mr. Wormar, I'm going to go back through that motion, which is that motion to adjudicate or to revoke your unadjudicated probation. Again, it shows you were placed on probation January 17th of 2017. It alleges you violated your probation. Count 1 alleges that you committed the offense of assault, a Class C misdemeanor, January 24th of 2026. And is that true or not true?
It's true.
And then count 2 alleges that you failed to avoid injurious or vicious habits by shoving and pinning a Kayla Provost against a vehicle and then ripping the weave off of her head on January 24th of 2026. And is that true or not true?
It's true.
Count 3 alleges that you failed to immediately report to your probation officer that arrest. Is that true or not true?
True.
And then count 4 alleges that you were at a location other than your residence at approximately 12:55 a.m. January 24th of 2026. And is that true or not true?
True.
All right. Did you enter your pleas of true now to counts 1 through 5 freely and voluntarily? And have you pled true to all of those counts because they are actually true? So I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as exhibit number 1. Did you go over these before you signed them with Mr. Lewis?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand if I follow these the agreement that you've made that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like the agreement that you've made is for me to continue you on probation, to order a 180-day jail sanction but for these violations. It's my understanding you've already taken care of the underlying offense as well in JP court. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that you would be given credit for 90 days of that 180 days. Is that also your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm assuming that for the remainder of the probation, there would also be a remain away from a Kayla Provost. And so if that wasn't a condition of anything, it is now. It'll be a condition of your probation that you can have no contact or communication with Kayla Provost. And so she cannot give you permission to violate that court order. So whatever went on at this point, unless you have my permission to be back around her, she can't say it's fine, just come over or whatever. That's a violation of your probation. You're going to be back in here and you're so close to being done with this. You don't want to get a revocation because you could go to prison for up to 20 years
Yes, ma'am.
after all this time. So do what you're supposed to do and you should be fine. So state sentence number 1,
No objection to it.
it's admitted any evidence.
Pay close attention to the judge's reaction here, because this brief pause tells everyone in the courtroom that a much more serious decision may be coming.
Mr. Romar is not competent.
No, Judge.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 1 through 5 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty and revoke your probation, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to follow the agreement that you made and continue your probation, order that you complete 180 days jail sanction, but that you get 90 days credit for that as well, okay? I'm going to hand you the trial court certification, shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've given up any right to appeal. All right, good luck to you, sir.
Yes.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. You know what you're gonna do on the trial?
Yes, I just want let me make this notation on here, and then I've got it written out right here. Hold on one second. All right, so
He has 4 previous cases and he has 2 new cases. And like Kelly put me on those, but Mr. Kimler says he's going to handle those as well.
Is that correct, Mr. Kimler?
Yes, sure.
So if you'll get a notice filed on, I only see one new case.
Well, all I have is one new case, but she told me two. I may be totally wrong. Is that, I mean, I have,
Smith,
it may be one.
so Mr. Smith, on Jeremiah Branch, I have, a new offense of 26 DCCR 1168. Is there something else coming or is that?
I think that was the new one, Judge.
Okay, I thought there was like two. I may just.
So your Jeremiah Branch?
Well, there's 26 DCCR 0958 and 26 DCCR 1168, the two new cases.
I've got Mr. Kimler on one of those new cases, but not the, Mr. Kimler.
Not the latest.
Yeah, I don't have. any-
1168 is the latest one.
Yeah.
He was also indicted 3 weeks before that on a aggravated robbery.
1168 is what I don't have.
Yes, I have the indictment.
That's the one he's taking up. I'm sure.
Okay, thank you. All right. So if you'll get a notice filed on that, Mr. Branch is charged with aggravated robbery, assault on a peace officer, robbery, and then the last one is another robbery allegation. What is the announcement?
He has a bond, I suppose. There's an MTRP.
Have you filed a motion for a bond or what do you?
We're asking for a bond on the MTRP. MTRPs.
Did she print out the orders on those? Is that this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
In the end, the judge revoked probation and imposed a prison sentence. The hearing that seemed routine at the start turned into a serious warning about courtroom behavior.
So clause number is 25 DCCR 1382, which is an assault on a peace officer, and 25 DCCR 1385, which is a robbery, are both motion to revoke probations. And there are no bonds currently set. Is that correct in those cases? And Mr. Kimler has filed a request that I set a bond in each of those cases. It's like there's been a first amended filed in each of these. So he was placed on probation February 3rd of 2026. In both cases is 10-year deferred probations. And the allegations are a new aggravated robbery from April of 2026, testing positive for cocaine on several occasions, failing to submit to drug or alcohol screening on several occasions, failed to comply with Texas Drug Education Program, a new offense of evading arrest or detention from February 6th, resisting arrest or transportation February 6th. And so, Mr. Kimler, you may proceed.
Well, Your Honor, they're deferred adjudicated probations. We would just request to reach with MTRP bonds. If the bonds are denied, we would request a disposition on the MTRPs within 20 days of request for the bond pursuant to the
Yeah,
code of criminal procedure.
Is there any evidence with regard to your bond's ability, your client's ability to make a bond or?
Well, Your Honor, I think he's entitled to a bond. I haven't filed a writ to challenge the amount of the bond since it hasn't been set yet. So I'm waiting for the court to set the bond. If that's excessive, then I would follow.
If I'm going to set a bond, I need to have information on what his ability is so that I don't set one and then we're back in here.
I can elicit that.
Raise your right hand the best you can, please, sir. You swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, go ahead.
Mr. Branch, please inform the court of your current financial situation.
I get a $1,000 every month and disability.
And other than that, do you have any
I
income?
have food stamps. And I was gonna look for a part-time job too.
What is your disability that prevents you from working?
Seizures, but they told me I couldn't work like I could, work like 3 to 4 hours a day.
Go supplement your,
Yeah,
you have any assets, you own your own car?
I don't own my own cars.
Uh, are you,
My mom gave me, my mom not able to give me a ride.
are they giving you medication at the jail?
Yeah, they just put me on the new medicine and it's been working good with everybody on the dorm say I haven't been having seizures or outbursts.
What medication are you on?
I've been trying to get the name of it, but I tried to ask my nurse the name of it this morning, but I was sleeping.
Are you functioning okay now?
Yeah, I'm functioning way better than now. I haven't, but when I got here, when I first booked me in, I had like they definitely in the booking was on the booking, the front booking for like 4 days, and I had like 5 seats in there.
If the judge grants you a bond and you're able to get out, would you follow up maybe as a condition of your probation or condition of your bond within H&R
Yes, sir.
to continue the treatment?
Yes, sir.
And as far as your other financial assets, you don't own your own car, do you rent, or where do you live?
I stay with my mom.
And your monthly expenses about what are these? As far as food,
She pays the bill, and I'm on food stamp.
password.
No questions, Judge.
Okay, so for the record, I'm taking judicial notice of the court's files in all of the cases. And so give me just a second. I'm right now going over the probable cause affidavits and those 2 new offenses. Then I'm going to do something else as well. Any witnesses, Mr. Smith, or just argument?
Just argument.
All right, give me just a second then.
I'll make it.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Almost there. Give me just.
Yes, ma'am.
Also reviewing the pre-sentence report from the 2 cases where he was placed on probation as well in January of this year. So there was already information when he was placed on probation in January with regard to some mental health issues, and that was addressed. So he was placed on the mental health caseload. So it looks like that's not a new information, that he had some. Okay, Mr. Smith.
Judge, I understand that these are deferred cases, but the state is opposed to setting bond based on the nature of the crimes that he was on probation for and the nature of the crimes that he committed within 2 months of being placed on probation for these first robberies. He, on top of the 2 felonies that are filed, there's also evading and resisting that are pending in misdemeanor court. He has failed several drug tests. He's refused to take other drug tests, indicating to me that he is probably under the influence of illegal narcotics most of the time. And for those reasons, I believe he is a danger to our community, and I would request no bond in these cases.
I would just add, Your Honor, if the court refuses to set a bond, requesting us disposition within 20 days of the on the MTRPs.
So here's what I'm gonna do, Mr. Branch. So the underlying offense that you're on probation for is a robbery and an assault on a peace officer, and the robbery occurred at Delaware Food Mart. Went in, attempting to steal, assaulted the clerk, and then they held you there while the police got there. And here we are 2 months after you got placed on probation, or 3 months after you got placed on probation for a robbery of a store. And we've got 2 additional robberies of the same store 3 days apart that are alleged. So obviously, I agree with Mr. Smith. I think that you are a danger to our society. I am going to set bonds. I'm going to set bonds in each of your cases at $300,000. Conditions of those bonds, if you make them, are that you are on house arrest with a GPS monitoring device, and then we'll set your case for the appropriate hearing. Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.